This is a story all about how America got flipped, turned upside down. Let's just take a minute and sit right there. It's the 14th Amendment, y'all better beware. West Philadelphia, born and raised. Constitution Hall is where I spent most of my days. Getting drafted and written and drafted again. Getting real sick tats from Madison's pen. With some Klansmen that were up to no good started messing around with some big white hoods. A lot of people realized that the rules weren't fair, and Congress said we should add more amendments in there. The Republican crew labored day after day. Andy Johnson wasn't tight and said, this ain't okay. But then Congress said no, and man, that was dope. It gave all the oppressed a little bit of hope. I'm out.
14th who? Yo, this is bad. Y'all should have paid attention in Doc Max class. You all think that amendments are boring? I think it's time for a story. I take all the Dick bourgeois cats. Number 14 shows them that they are and all that. So I don't think so. You're all the same. Yeah, the 14th Amendment really changes game. Well, you can be a citizen if you want. Just be born a dude in the US and be 21. And then, man, you can have fun. What's that I hear? Yes, everyone gets the same rights far and near. It wasn't until 1919 when women got the rights, and in 65 LBJ signed the Civil Rights Act and ended the fight. But nowadays things ain't always so fair, but when everyone can get married, I think we'll be there. Seabass out.
The 14th Amendment was passed just after the Civil War. What does it say?
It says that all Americans born on native soil, other than Native Americans, are considered citizens of the United States.
The 14th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution was added in 1868, and it granted citizenship to all peoples born inside the U.S., with the exception of Native Americans.
What do you know about equal protection in the law?
Nothing.
I've never heard of equal protection before.
Do states have to recognize the marriages of gay people who are married in other states that have legalized gay marriage?
I think they should, because I don't think the Constitution discriminates against gay people. Not necessarily. I don't believe that they have to recognize their marriage, but they're still considered to be married, so they don't really need to get married again, if that's what you're asking.
What's your opinion on the latest Supreme Court decision that upheld the Iowa mandate that left-handed people are not afforded equal opportunity under the law?
That's not fair.
Okay, I didn't know about that, but it sounds kind of discriminatory.
What do you feel about the recent Supreme Court case upholding the Florida decision that blondes are not given the same legal opportunities as those with another hair color?
That's not cool. That's bad.
But why do you say that?
Because blondes are just as much people as brunettes or other hair types.
That's also not fair,
Why do you say that?
because it's going against the 14th Amendment.
What are your thoughts on the state of Washington's latest decision that dictated that those who wear bow ties may be subjected to the searches of their persons without cause?
That's not cool.
That seems like prejudice based on fashion.
Still not fair.
If Texas licenses someone to carry a concealed weapon, does Massachusetts have to respect that license?
Yes, they do have to respect that license. Oh, man. Gonna go back on that one, say no, because while the Constitution says you can carry a gun, it doesn't say anything about like the specifics of like concealed weapons versus non-concealed and stuff. So that should be up to the discretion of the state.
Do you feel like corporations are people too?
Yeah, I do.
Definitely.
Yay!
As you can see, few people truly understand the rights that are guaranteed by the 14th Amendment, yet it is one of the most important rights to protect. The court cases targeting various groups, such as left-handed people or those who wear bow ties, were fabricated in order to prompt humorous responses. The majority of students who were interviewed knew that these cases sounded wrong, even if they didn't know the exact details of the 14th Amendment.
But similar cases in the past have denied rights to certain groups. Most Americans also don't know that the 14th Amendment has been used to protect the rights of corporations instead of protecting the rights of people like it was intended to. Laws have been passed that have allowed racial segregation refused to recognize gay marriages and denied rights to any other minorities. Under current legislation, corporations are treated as people and therefore have the same legal rights such as the right to sue and be sued. This has also allowed corporations to have a special role in financing campaigns, as they are given that right as a person under the 14th Amendment.
Many seem to be aware of an additional key component of this amendment, the incorporation debate. The issue at hand is whether or not the 14th Amendment incorporates the protections of the Bill of Rights and makes them enforceable against the states. In the interviews, we also asked people about two topics that are relevant today, weapons and gay marriage, that are affected by the 14th Amendment. Again, even though the people did not have an in-depth understanding of this amendment, they could clearly see how the amendment should be working to protect the rights of the people. It is important that all Americans understand the rights guaranteed to them under the 14th Amendment, as well as how the amendment is used in courts, to ensure that all people's rights as citizens are protected.